3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Wednesday installment of We Talk. I'm Yolanda Nell and I will be your host for today. Before we get into the news, today's riddle. I am an uneven number. If I remove a letter, I am even. What am I? Next up, the news. On Wednesday, the 25th of May 2022, Namibians, together with the rest of Africa, will celebrate Africa Day. It was formerly known as African Freedom Day and African Liberation Day, and it is the annual commemoration of the foundation of the Organization of African Unity that was established on the 25th of May back in 1963. It is celebrated in various countries on the African continent as well as around the world. The organization was transformed into the African Union on July the 9th back in 2002, but the holiday continues to be celebrated on the 25th of May. According to the African Union, this year's theme for Africa Day is strengthening resilience in nutrition and food security on the African continent. As part of the long-term vision set out in Agenda 2063, the Assembly of Heads of State and Government on the African Union has adopted common African aspirations, drawing on the potential of its population, in particular a human capital, well-nourished citizen, and in good health, with a particular emphasis on women, adolescents, and children. Human capital is key for development as it leads to improved lives for individuals, higher earnings, and improved incomes for countries. In 2018, Africa was estimated to have a population of 1.25 billion and is the fastest urbanizing continent with a growth rate of more than 2.6%. The large youth population presents a potential demographic dividend that, if adequately leveraged with the right investments, could contribute to accelerating sustainable and equitable development. Over the years, the under-5 mortality has reduced by more than 50% between 1994 and 2019. Fertility rates have declined from 6 to 4 children per woman. However, compared to the rest of the world, the malnutrition remains high in the continent, and undernutrition is particularly an underlying cause for almost half of child deaths. The rationale for nutrition to be the theme for this year's Africa Day celebrations, the African Union said the global health crisis of COVID-19 has greatly exposed the economic vulnerability of African countries, as well as the weaknesses of the health and food systems. With COVID-19 pandemic, much of human capital gains in many economies over the past decade is at the risk of being eroded. The price to pay for keeping the virus at bay has been, in many African countries, at the expense of gains made in reducing malnutrition. Specifically, the prevalence of wasting will also increase due to higher risks of acute food insecurity. Urgent action is needed to preserve the gains made, particularly among the poor and vulnerable. Investing in human capital is now more important than ever through designing the needed interventions, especially targeting the most vulnerable. Therefore, there is a need for continued efforts, including advocacy, especially in the regions and communities where the risks are more acute, strengthening social protection system, and safeguarding access to food and nutrition for the most vulnerable groups, especially young children, pregnant and breastfeeding women, older people, and other at-risk groups. This theme will also be a great opportunity to advocate for adequate financing, implementation capacity, and coordination to enhance the quality of collaboration possible for effective implementation.
love would come my way. Sitting waiting for my life to start. Oh yeah, I couldn't help but wonder if I'd see a brighter day. That I would find some peace of mind, and love would fill my heart. Thanks to you, I got a reason every day to keep believing I can do.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am joined with a princess and she's going to talk about her business. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for dressing up.
It's always fun. It's always a privilege.
Quickly tell us, what is your business all about?
So my business started actually a few years ago already while I was still studying in Cape Town. I found this party entertainment business that sent characters to parties. And that was where I got to do with it the first time, because I've always loved acting, always loved dressing up, and always loved entertaining. But I didn't know that there was a market for it, especially in Namibia and South Africa. So during my free times, I went and I entertained on weekends while I was studying. And when I finished my studies, I decided, but I enjoyed it so much, I want to keep doing that. And I want to bring it to Namibia because I realized Namibia doesn't have that. So it was actually like 4 years ago that I started, investing in costumes and expanding the business and started thinking about a name and everything. And then along came baby number one, and I had to put everything on hold because nobody wants a pregnant princess at their party. And then after baby number two, it was COVID, and nobody wanted to spend money on parties and entertainment at that time. Every time there was something that stopped it a little bit. But now I like to think I'm on track, and we've already done a few parties this year.
Wow.
So yeah, and the reason I'm still doing what I'm doing is because of the joy that I see in the children. And it's funny, entertaining, you always think you have to look perfect. You have to, because a princess has this image of perfection. But I think that's what makes me the most happy and makes it the most worthwhile, is how they look past your imperfections. I mean, I can have skin problems, I can have damaged nail polished or whatever, and then they will just still see the perfection behind it all. And that's also the message that I want to convey to the children, is perfection comes from the heart, and true beauty lies in the heart. Contrary to what a lot of the characters that I portray, they actually give this message of you have to be perfect, you have to be beautiful, you have to be smart, all of that. But the message that I'm trying to convey to the children is true beauty comes from the heart. And what makes you a real princess and a real hero is the choices that you make about how you treat other people, how you treat situations, and choosing to do the right thing. So we don't only do princesses, we also do superheroes. We do other characters like clowns and cowboys that don't necessarily come from somewhere, yes, but they also fit into the party scheme. So
do you have certain packages available? Do you only come for entertainment, or can you cater a cake and kiddies' birthday supplies as well?
So the big dream is to have my own party catering everything, where I supply the decor, the cake, the venue, everything. At this point, I don't, because of the fact that I'm a stay-at-home mom as well, and I have 2 children that I'm raising. Yes. I'm only focusing on the entertainment part of the parties at this stage. So I work a lot with co-events. They do mascots and so forth. They don't physically dress up in costumes the way yes. I do, but they do cakes and decor, and they're really, really good at what they're doing. So I work with them a lot. I do have packages that I offer, which everyone can find on my Facebook page. Okay. And then I have different prices for the different packages, because my entertainment, it goes from, say, the first package is only where I will show up and spend time with the kids, take pictures and sing the birthday song and so forth. But then the packages, I almost want to say, evolve yes. to the point that I do face painting, I do balloon shaping, we do puppet shows. story reading. We also do treasure hunts and craft making.
wow.
So we have a lot that we offer. And yeah, we keep the children busy for the time that they book us. The children, I almost want to say they're exhausted after that time because we really keep them busy. So,
And it's also tailor-made for specific ages.
yes, we definitely focus on the age that our, almost want to say our best focus age is between 2 and 5, because that's the span where they're old enough to appreciate what you're doing and really live into it, but their imagination is still, I almost want to say, moldable. They don't have all these grown-up questions that have been influenced or influencing them. So, but we do cater for older children as well. I almost want to say it's just harder to live out the role with older children, because you get more complicated questions and they know you're not real, and you know, sometimes they'll say, but you're wearing a wig, and then you have to say, no, but I'm the real thing. So with little children, it's so much easier and it's more fun, but we cater for a wide variety. So I hope to employ a few entertainers who are basically going to do what I did in Cape Town, and I almost want to say learn themselves into the business. So I am looking for young entertainers that have a passion for children, first of all, have a passion for acting, and if they kind of look the part of a specific character, that would definitely be a bonus. And then something we offer that the parties in South Africa did not is we also offer theme songs from the character that we're doing.
Oh, wow.
Because my voice specifically fits Disney songs very well, and princess songs. So it's part of my packages. It comes with the first package already. So entertainers that want to work with me, unfortunately, they will have to be able to sing. So that's one of the main...
I'm out. Sorry.
Or we'll have to offer something else. Like if you can't sing, then you'll have to be able to do, I don't know, somersaults or
I also can't do
something
that.
in the place of that. So yeah, but we're hoping to expand.
If you have events lined up one after the other, how do you change from being one princess to another?
So what takes the most time for getting ready for a character is definitely the makeup. And if I only have one party at a time, I will do a lot of effort into the makeup because every princess has a specific signature look. But if I have parties lined up, then it's basically I do my makeup for the first one. After that, it's change the wig, change the dress, change the accessories, change the personality, and then we go. Yeah.
Did you do a lot of in-depth research behind every character you play?
So I've always been a Little Mermaid fan since I was a little girl. I think that's where my passion started, because my voice and her voice, the songs fit perfectly. So that's what I wanted to be, the Little Mermaid, and that was the first costume that I had that I made myself from scratch. And after that, some of the parties that I had to do for entertainment, I didn't really know the character as well. I'd never seen the movie. So then 2 nights before the party, I would physically go and I'd be like, okay, research. And I'd watch the movie. Like Moana, I got Moana's costume before I ever saw the movie. So I had to physically go and watch the movie to see where she's from, you know, the backstory. Because if children ask me questions, I need to be able to answer them. So it's not like you can just look the part. You have to become that person, that character. So I definitely do research on every character before I go to a party. I think that's the most important thing that we have in our business is you want to keep the magic alive. Yeah. You never want to answer a question that a child feels, oh, and then walks away, and you've crushed their dreams and their beliefs. And yeah, so we want to keep the magic alive as far as possible.
Are your services currently only available in Windhoek?
We do travel. The packages that are offered at this time includes travel throughout Windhoek. So if someone wants a party, say in Swakopmund or in Okahanya, then there will be an additional cost for gas and for traveling. Yes. But we are willing to travel, I almost want to say all over Namibia. I've never had a party beyond Okahanya so far. So, but yes, we do definitely cater for all over Namibia.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you for having me.
I love being able to spend the morning with a princess. And good luck. I hope your bookings fill up fast.
Thank you.
and I will be sure to contact you for my kids' superhero parties.
We look forward to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. For today's recommendation, I'm headed back into my kitchen and I attempt to make lactose-free creme brulee. Let's see if it works. So this recipe calls for a tin of coconut cream. You will only be using the cream, the solid piece, and you should have as little of the liquid as possible. That you put on the stove on medium heat. Add 3 tablespoons of vanilla extract and get that to just simmer up over the low heat. In the meantime, divide 4 eggs. You will only be using the egg yolks, and when your mixture on the stove starts to simmer, just take it off the heat and let it stand for about 15 minutes to thicken up. While waiting for your mixture to thicken up, add 2/3 of a cup of sugar to your egg yolks and whisk until light and creamy. You would see this will take a couple of minutes, but your egg yolks will start to lighten up eventually. Then while still whisking, just add your custard mixture to the egg yolks and whisk until combined well. Your oven should be at 165 degrees Celsius. Then add some warm water to an oven-proof dish. Divide your custard mixture into 4 ramekins and then just place the ramekins in the water bath, and that will be baked for 45 minutes. And there you have it. After baking for 45 minutes, simply add a little bit of sugar on top of your creme brulee and go at it with a blowtorch. Almost so much fun. This will leave you with a beautiful crust and a creamy texture. For today's life hack, did you know that 15 minutes of laughter a day is the equivalent of 2 hours of extra sleep? Use it wisely. Next up, Jeanette Deerhart for your Flex Minute.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, welcome to another exciting edition.
Hi everybody and welcome back to another Flex Minute. I'm Princess Therita Roodzant, your presenter for Flex. Now for today we will be stretching a bit so that we can just, give our sore and tight muscles a stretch, especially if you sit long at work. So what we're going to do here, you want your one leg forward and your other leg in front of you, and if you have something to put your other leg on, you can do this. So we're just going to go into a quick side stretch here. So you really want to hold that muscle. Try and bring your foot forward, and let's go to the other side again. Okay, so foot forward, the other one stretch out in a 45-degree angle and hold that stretch there. Okay, and for the other one, what we're going to do, we're just quickly going to stretch our hips here, press it down a bit, and other side. There we go. That brings us to the end of this minute. I'll see you in the next one.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our show, but before I leave, that riddle just one more time. I am an uneven number, remove a letter, and I am even. The number 7. We will be back again tomorrow, same place, same time.